Yo, what is going on, guys? Up here, welcome to Tekken Theory and Lore. This episode's about Kunimitsu, the Devil Cat. What is up with all of the different masks? What happened between her and Yoshimitsu? Just who the hell is Kunimitsu, really? Her story actually starts previous to Tekken 1. Kunimitsu is a mysterious thief woman from Japan who becomes a member of the Manji clan, a crime syndicate run by Yoshimitsu, and is taught the way of Manji ninjutsu. By joining the Manjito, she hopes to renounce her Japanese origins as well as gain better ability in her thieving craft. She works for them a few months and does everything a Manjito is supposed to do, stealing from the rich and powerful and giving to the poor. However, Kunimitsu has a dark secret. During her time with them, she's been stealing not only for the clan, but from the clan for her own self-interests. She also breaks the code by stealing from those who do not deserve it. Yoshimitsu then banishes her from the clan for her selfish crimes, stripping her of her last form of identity besides her own name. She is no longer Japanese, she is no longer Manjito. She is simply Kunimitsu, the one who should not be trusted. With nothing else to do, she goes back to being an AC unit mechanic. Because reasons! I believe Kunimitsu is a woman whom for whatever reason joined the Manjito in order to turn a profit. She needed to go into hiding because of something that happened in Japan that requires her to keep her identity a secret. As for why, we'll get to that in a bit. And then Tekken 1 happens. While still working as an air conditioner unit mechanic, she hears rumors of a rich and powerful Heihachi Mishima and that he's after a Native American treasure. She figures that if Heihachi is after it, then it must be valuable. I mean, how else does a guy like that stay rich? The father of Michelle Chang is put in charge of finding it, but is killed by Heihachi when he fails to deliver. So Kunimitsu does her research and finds out the proper way to this treasure is revealed to whomever holds this amulet, which has been handed down to Michelle Chang. Kunimitsu enters the King of Iron Fist tournament to steal the amulet from Michelle and sell it to the highest bidder, possibly Heihachi himself. However, when she gets to Michelle, she gets wrecked. Embarrassed and humiliated, she runs home to her grandfather. She learned from him that Yoshimitsu's sword is a relic of unimaginable value, and that the sword has been passed down through many generations of Yoshimitsu. I just use Yoshimitsu as a plural noun. Kunimitsu also learns that Yoshimitsu's sword absorbs all powers of its previous owner. Her grandfather spent his entire life trying to forge a copy of the sword, but simply cannot replicate the secret Manji techniques used to create it. Afraid of being killed by the Manjito, she waits for 2 years until the King of Iron Fist Tournament 2 for her chance to confront Yoshimitsu and steal his sword for her grandfather by defeating him in a one-on-one battle. And you'll never guess what happened. She gets wrecked again. It is not known if Yoshimitsu killed her so she could never do evil again, or if he left her defeated and she went yet again into hiding. She does not appear again in any canon Tekken game. So just who was Kunimitsu?
I think I can help you answer that question.
Oh, hey, Wasabi. Go ahead, take it away.
Alright, thank you. Let's first talk about her masks. In Tekken 1, she's wearing a Hanya mask, which is primarily used in the Japanese No theater. A Hanya mask represents a jealous female yokai or demon that seeks revenge and has serpentine characteristics, which represents the way Kunimitsu feels about being kicked out of the clan for being devious like a snake. In Tekken 2, she bears the mask of yet another yokai, the Kitsune. The Kitsune is said to be a fox demon that can shapeshift, mostly for the purpose of playing tricks on humans, such as turning into a giant scaring people in the forest. They are also known to be thieves and have the ability to control fire. Most of the time, however, they just want to fit themselves in society as an everyday person, as their favorite to morph into is a beautiful woman. But sometimes, when careless, they could accidentally reveal features of their true fox nature.
Yeah, why can Kunimitsu control fire? She just turns her head and does a hand sign, and then she goes all like, fire style, fireball jutsu!
No. What I'm getting at is I think Kunimitsu is a yokai. I mean, she's not lighting fluid from her mouth or even using a device, is she? I think she's using something called a foxfire.
Why does it matter what web browser she's using?
A foxfire, or kitsunebi. It's a spiritual flame that can appear out of nothing. It is the energy every kitsune holds, represented by the intensity of their own flame.
The only other character who can do this in Tekken is Ogre, and in his true form also has the characteristics of a demon, leading me to believe that there's more to Kunimitsu than meets the eye. And speaking of eyes, Kunimitsu's are closed. Before Tekken Tag Tournament 2 was patched, through a method involving custom characters being incorrectly placed on the wrong character slots, you were able to give Kunimitsu a set of glasses, revealing her face. There are theories out there that Kunimitsu is blind. Others say her face is rendered this way because it is always covered and there's no real reason to animate it, and the marks on her face are believed to be birthmarks.
As I mentioned before, the kitsune fox reveals its true nature when it becomes careless, such as revealing its tail, ears, fur, etc. etc. Now, the scars on her face are probably self-inflicted when she morphed into a fox. Notice the 3 strikes on either side of the face. It's the mark a fox would leave if it were to scratch something.
If you were to scratch your own face with both hands starting at the middle of your forehead, your hands would naturally drag diagonally over the eyes and towards your cheeks so that they would naturally fall into their original position. In a limited edition of Tekken 6, it includes a booklet where it mentions there are conflicting rumors of both a beautiful woman and of a monster behind the mask. Only Harada and the development team know the truth. This reinforces the yokai theory and leads me to believe that both rumors are true simultaneously.
While the kitsune can shapeshift, they can also possess humans, which confirms that it is possible that Kunimitsu was once a simple Japanese woman who was nothing more than a mechanic who was then possessed by a yokai, the kitsune.
I think the real Kunimitsu, in her last attempt to stay in control of her body, scarred the fox spirit's face with its own hands as a sign to say,
"Help me. I'm still here. Please help me. Get out of my body, fox spirit. You're not welcome here."
So then the fox spirit, because of its appearance, would be forced to renounce being Japanese and to wear a mask all the time just so it can fulfill its very nature of stealing and playing tricks on humans. So then, is Kunimitsu dead?
Yes and no. I think the being we see from Tekken 2 onwards is the result of a full-on yokai possession.
Then Harada and company cut the mask in half in Tekken Tag Tournament 2 not only as an aesthetic design choice, but to reveal these clues to theorists like us.